Hey everyone, Effie here. Welcome back to the fourth day of our mini blog hops to celebrate our third anniversary release. So for my second card today, I'm going to be using our Coming Up Daisies cluster stamp set. I started off by stamping this gorgeous cluster at the corners of my watercolor. I'm using my regular size Misty to help me stamp this image in Versamark ink onto my panel. So after I stamp it once, I just kind of flip the panel around and stamp it a second time on the opposite side. So today I'll be watercoloring using my Holbein watercolors. This is not a set or palette that I pull out to use all the time because I really like to use my color burst, but I have so many watercolors in my collection that I really do need to show a little love to. So for my second card for our blog hop today, I am using my Holbein watercolor palette, and I actually really do like it because the colors are really nice and bright. So I have to kind of force myself to branch out of my color burst and use the other watercolors in my collection. So I'm doing some loose watercoloring today. I just wet the area that I want to paint before I actually put any pigment down, as I usually do with my loose watercoloring. For the petals, I used my Opera Holbein watercolor. For the foliage, I'm using a combination of Permanent Green #1 and Viridian hue. I'm using a wet on wet watercolor technique for this project today. I like this technique because I don't have to stay in the lines, and it makes it easier when you're working with images that have smaller details in them. So after I finish painting my greens, I go in with my Quinacridone Violet Holbein watercolors to watercolor the centers of my daisy. And then I kind of go back to rework some of the areas of my daisy. I add a little bit more pigment to give the daisy petals a brighter look. Once I finish painting this cluster, I'm just going to flip my panel over and I'm going to paint the second cluster the same exact way. Once I finish painting, I'm going to set the panel aside to dry completely because I'm going to cut the panel into an A2 size panel using the largest die from our Double Stitch Rectangles large die set. Then I'm going to take this fancy ornate die from our Modern Label set. I'm going to die cut the center of that panel and then stamp the sentiment in our rose gold embossing pattern. The sentiment is from our Painted Peonies set. Then I'm going to adhere that die cut shape directly onto a side folding A2 base. With the window panel, I'm going to pop it up using dimensional foam tape. Lastly, I'm going to embellish my card using our clear dewdrops. I hope you enjoyed today's card and video, and make sure to head on over to the blog to check out the rest of the inspiration by our team and talented guests, because they have some really great projects to show you using our new anniversary release. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.